Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Did we see the memo today? Oh, there's a thing over there. Oh, there it is. Is there an ambush? No ambush? I've been playing too much Expedition 33. It's nice, though, that they lit the path down. They could have just been like, haha. Go fall to your death now, baby girl. You know what I actually appreciate about this, by the way? I just want... I keep pressing the wrong button to interact with things. So we're gonna walk in for half a second here because I thought this was very interesting. So the thing I really like about this dungeon, so we started at the top where there was like an elevator, and we take 2 elevators down, right? And then you're like expecting to get to the bottom, and you're like, oh, where's the boss room? There were some enemies here, but you know, there's nothing there. But that was just the tutorial level. We haven't gone back up this elevator yet again, but I'm assuming there's going to be a lit passage as we go up in order to like teach the player how to actually interact with this dungeon. So we'll see. But yeah, like, it's right there. It's actually really obvious, too. There are all those cliffs, like, since the start of the dungeon, but you don't see them. So I could see players facing this way, like they're not paying attention to what's behind them. Once they have to actually backtrack, they find out the actual gimmick of the dungeon, and then you go like, oh wait, there's a thing down there, and then fully explore the dungeon. So I was actually concerned that the boss was hard to find, like that you wouldn't be able to get to the end of the dungeon because the gimmick was obscured. Like you wouldn't actually be able to learn it, but they pretty explicitly teach you there. This was very cool, actually. I really like how they taught that. A big color difference between the dungeon and the side of the wall. I think that's pretty consistent for all of these, but get out of the way. What are you doing? You're blocking the shot. We're trying to take a photo. Color difference between the rock face and the door. Kind of wonder if they have separate door entrances. So for a place that has a little bit more green for the wall, I wonder if they changed it. We'll have to keep a lookout for that, like what the dungeon entrances look like in different areas. Oh, that's kind of cool. So it's like kind of blue because we're outside, and then it changes to not blue when we actually go inside. Man, more assholes. More imps just going for back shots. The worst. Locked by a contraption. Here they force you to see that the door is locked until you pull the lever. As in the introductory catacomb, you're likely to pull the lever before even seeing the door. The term I would use to describe this is the player mental model. So there's like the game, right? And then there's like all the connections that you make as a player, like your understanding of how catacombs work, like heuristics for catacombs, finding levers, like knowing that every catacomb maybe has like a secret compartment or a secret area that you want to look out for, the types of enemies you'll see, the way that you choose to use your spells. Like all of these things are part of the player's mental model and how they interact with the game. So I think that having that moment where you see that the door is like truly locked helps build that mental model. At least one experience of that happening, which is why I actually think tutorials are very important. Okay, am I gonna die? I'm gonna die. Well, that was very interesting. I got baited by the light. Actually, what if I stand on it and then... Aha! My brain is so big! It's so big! Look at me figure out puzzle. Very smart. Smart big brain figure puzzle out. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't think I like this. Snake eater. Oh, hey, look, the lever. Okay. All right. And my favorite part of it, too, by the way, it's not just that there was a light at the end of it. There's this entire section. This is an area. You feel like this is a section. And then you get to this ladder, and you're like, okay, thank God. Okay, we're getting out of the area. This is the combi. But you're like, okay, thank goodness I got out of the zombie area. Oh, I'm gonna go get this flower now. You know what I mean? It's not just the flower. It's also the pacing. This is supposed to be a sigh of relief. But it's not. They ambush you immediately, which is awesome, and I love that. Do this dungeon. Oh, can this guy hit you from his first shot arc? Can it hit me? No. Okay, very interesting. Little level design thing. I'm sure you could also run straight forward and then get hit here. But the archer does trigger outside of its own range, such that to tell you that there is an encounter here and you don't get roasted immediately. And ooh, what a cool reveal. I mean, it's very morbid, but the framing of this shot is just, it's quite a dramatic reveal. This is so funny. I wonder if it's gonna start being obnoxious, but literally, why is there a torch here? By the way, in case you couldn't find the ladder, here's a little torch. Orange flame game design. Man, I hate orange flames. I hate it when they use orange flames to tell me where to go. Stop telling me where to go. This is bad level design. I can't believe they would make the items glow so that I can actually see them to interact with them. I'm so angry. And anyways. But honestly, yeah, the degree of saturation is at like such a nice subtle level such that it's not obnoxious. Super 100% saturated yellow paint is actually kind of obnoxious to a lot of people, but like, see how subtle it is. Like, there's definitely a saturation difference, but it's nice and subtle. Take a drink every time you spot a single torch. Oh my god, wait, we need to actually do that. We should definitely do one of these streams, like, and then be like, I'm gonna take a sip every time there's a single light source marking the next the next place. This wall is textured. There's like moss on this back wall so that it doesn't blend with this wall. The important part about this section is that, like, it shows you that there's a thing. Like, it's kind of like a vista reveal. Wait, what the? I kind of wish the slime actually ate me. Just Flaris going into every single dungeon like, oh man, I hope this super obvious corpse in a room with a shiny object isn't booby-trapped by a slime on the ceiling. Oh no, that'd be awful. Oh goodness me. Oh, I hope there aren't giant slimes here waiting to grab me. The area you have to jump off being without rubble and having a slight depression compared to the rest of the bridge is nice. Yeah, for sure, for sure. You can also see here that there's like this little line in the texture. This is a texture difference. So like this part of the rubble is, you can discern from the rest of the squares. Got you. There's one thing I wanted to mention here, which was that when you turn the corner, there's at least somewhat of an outline because of his armor, like to separate him from the wall. Not that I think anybody would miss him, but, you know, just makes it a little easier. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Appreciate your support as always, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye. Goodbye.